Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Good morning, Frederick. It is Tuesday, June 25th, and I'm your host, Dani Geiger. You know, it's funny when you're engrossed in a project or your work or really anything. It's always good to remember that not everybody is as involved as you, and they may very well ask questions that you think are crazy until you remember that everyone has their own thing and is involved in their own stuff. So I was out yesterday. Somebody who was very familiar with what I'm doing introduced me to someone who had no idea what I was doing. And in that moment, it's hard sometimes to not go, really? But then I understand. I'm busy too, and there are things that happen that I have no idea about. All that to say, if you're new here, hi, I'm Dani Geiger. I own a company called Promo Circus, which helps companies with events, marketing, and promotions. While that business is growing, I'm doing a passion project, which is this show, Good Morning Frederick. I love Frederick, and I think we have some of the best people anywhere. And we also have some really great businesses and nonprofits that are adding to what our community is. So I wanted to create a show that highlighted all of that. And on April 1st of this year, Good Morning Frederick was born. At the same time, I sat down with Shannon Flannery, the queen and founder of Everything Frederick and more, and she was opening a storefront. And I thought it would be great to work together to support her in that effort while I was getting the show going. Plus, we both kind of believe the same things, that if we can offer a free way for local businesses to reach more people, we're going to do it. You can advertise for free in Everything Frederick and more to 130,000 people. And you can also be interviewed free right here as well. And hopefully one day I'll have 130,000 views on my videos. So I actually use this shop, home of Everything Frederick and more, which is at 401 North Market Street, to shoot interviews, and I have my swag there, and Momma Cone and I help out there occasionally. I'm super excited to say that in just 60 shows, and which we are today, and about 12 weeks, we have recently surpassed 77,000 total views across all platforms of just the show. This doesn't count the YouTube shorts, TikToks, individual segment videos, or any of that. So I just want to say, this is what I'm doing. And the purpose of it is really just to give these businesses, nonprofits, and cool people a platform to reach even more people. Plus, I'd love to highlight how great Frederick is and show the world what a great community is all about. But speaking of, have you been to the home of Everything Frederick yet? Well, you need to stop by. The shop is open from Thursdays to Sundays, and something changes every time I'm there. Right now, we're collecting for Souls of Love, which is donating new shoes to kids just in time for the start of school. Every child should have a new pair of shoes before school starts. My goal is to get 200 pairs of shoes donated this year. I've been purchasing throughout the year myself, and I need your help. A huge thank you to Ken's Transmissions and Positive Technology. Each of those companies sent a check for $500 to go towards my goal. Now, Miss Julie Geiger is going to shop with that money and let me know how many shoes that totals. But I still think we will be short of the goal. So if you can, while you're out shopping, if you see a pair of shoes on clearance or you find something that you think would be great for kids. Now, this is for kids from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. So ladies' shoes, men's shoes, sneakers, boots, all of those. We would love to have them. And also at the shop, we're collecting for United Way's Stuff the Bus, new school supplies. So if you're out and about and you want to drop them off, you can do that Thursday through Sunday. And now, because of a great suggestion from Rob from Intense Barbecue, the Good Morning Frederick podcast is available everywhere you stream except for Apple. I went in yesterday to see what the delay was, and it just said they'll let me know when we're live. And we're at 472 subscribers on YouTube. We're pushing for 1,000 by September. And again, if you're new here, the reason I'm pushing so hard to get to 1,000 is by the time we reach that goal, YouTube and the other channels acknowledge that we're legit. And they'll start pushing us out to more people, thus giving our businesses, nonprofits, and Frederick more exposure, which is the goal. All right, now that we've gotten through all that, today's show, I chat with Ryan from Keeney Basford Funeral Home. And I get an interesting history lesson. You won't want to miss that. Plus, I learned that there's a Scottish country dancing club here in Frederick, and they want you to join them in September. Also, Bob Miller joins me from WFMD's Morning News Express to cover news, weather, and sports. And as always, I've got all the events. So let's get your day started. Thank We Help You Move. Whether you're going across the street or maybe around the country somewhere, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can help make the whole thing easy. We Help You Move is veteran-owned and a humongous supporter of this community we call Frederick. And We Help You Move. They'll do big jobs, little jobs, any jobs at all. Just give Nicholas a call. I saw somebody the other day on social media posting that they needed just a few heavy things moved around their home, that they couldn't do that any longer. Trust me, neither can I. And I called Nick, and he and his team came over. Actually, he just sent his team, a couple of guys, to come help me move some furniture around. And very reasonable, fairly priced. WeHelpYouMove.com. All right, I think Bob Miller has joined us. Let's get Bob Miller on right now. Well, good morning to the morning mayor. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. I am great. It is a great day, beautiful day here in Frederick. Yesterday, I have to say, so nice last evening. I had to sit outside for a while and just take it all in.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. I mean, those are the kind of days that you love. You know, you might have a beverage in your hand, just sitting back and enjoying life. You know, the hustle and bustle of life sometimes just needs to slow down a little bit.
That's right. I think we all need to do a little porch sitting every now and then.
Right.
Yes.
Watch your neighbors go by and watch them yell and scream at each other and stuff like that. Hey, I did what I was told to do, Dani. I subscribed. I subscribed this morning. You know, I'm like sitting there listening to you, and I'm like, Oh yeah, I'm not subscribed yet. So now you have one more subscriber.
Thank you, Bob. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. Now just don't. You're going to inundate my my inbox with my ugly
notifications?
face. No.
Every day. You'll just get a little notification. Hey, we're live. That's it.
You're
That's
live.
it.
That's
Nothing
okay with
spammy. I won't send you anything. I don't think I can anyway. But anyway, I appreciate it because you have to do this stuff so these algorithms make sure they know you're legit. It's awful.
Right. I know. I you know what? I get that because I do a little selling on the side on the eBay, and if you don't put something on almost every day, they forget about you. So the same thing with the podcast. I am so glad to be here with you. I mean, you're doing an amazing job, and we appreciate the what you're doing here in Frederick to kind of let people know what's going on in Frederick.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think, I've been so passionate always about the local businesses and the town itself. I mean, I moved away for all those years and came back and just wanted to fully embrace. So there you go.
I understand. And I wanted to make sure that nobody, let's see, which finger do I use? Nobody sees my bathroom back there.
Oh.
So that's my bathroom. That's why I don't know if you noticed, I got up right before you came to me to shut the door, just so you didn't have to see the restroom facilities here at Casa de Miller.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm sure everyone else does too. Some might be having their breakfast this morning, so nobody needs to see all that.
If you look over there, I can't do the finger properly. That's a David Yance print hanging up in my office, which I love David Yance's prints. I got Yemi prints hanging up, and maybe who's that?
There's my Yemi print.
Yep. I got one downstairs. I got two downstairs, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I have a couple as well. So, yeah, I know. I love it.
Yep. All right, let's talk about what happened in the news yesterday. Of course, obviously, the big news is what happened down in Harper's Ferry. Not necessarily Frederick County, but what happened in Harper's Ferry, the railroad bridge over the Potomac River near Sandy Hook, caught on fire yesterday afternoon. Washington County Fire and Rescue says units were dispatched at around 3:38. They got there around 3:47, found a large fire on the bridge, which was already spreading rapidly. Due to the high temps and extensive fire damage, additional units from Washington County as well as Jefferson and Frederick counties were called to the scene. Tankers from 3 different jurisdictions were dispatched because of the limited water supply in that area. They also brought in a couple of boats as a precaution due to firefighters working on an elevated structure over the Potomac River. Thankfully, nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Officials in Washington County say the fire was brought under control by about 5:30. Firefighters extinguished hot spots until the fire was declared out. CSX owns the bridge, was brought in to assess the damage and determine what repairs will be needed. I do know that during the show this morning, they were not running out of the Brunswick area and further on because of the bridge fire. So, I don't know if you saw any. Yeah, I know. Did you see any of the pictures?
I haven't yet, but I just, when I was scrolling social media this morning, somebody was like, oh, yeah, we were at Harper's Ferry Brewing and saw it. I'm like, how does that happen?
Yeah, that's the same thing as I was thinking. I'm like, my mind, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, is that somebody said it. I mean, how does a bridge just catch on fire?
Right. Yeah, agree.
I hope not. Speaking of which, fire hazards and stuff, Maryland State Fire Marshal knows that we're right around the corner from July 4th, an Independence holiday coming up. And we all know what that means, right? Fireworks.
Yes.
Maryland State fire officials are encouraging residents to take in a public fireworks display like what's going to be down in Baker Park.
Yes.
Every fireworks site is inspected prior to the show beginning. Also, just before you go to before the first firework is shot off, people can be sure that it's quality and qualified professionals on site and that had inspections and show that it's going to be safe. But we all know that people are going to drive across up Route 15, across the state border, and buy a bunch of fireworks. Just be safe with them.
Please be safe. And it's been so dry here. We need some rain because otherwise that is exactly what the problem is. So
yeah, absolutely. And finally, another story that I heard, and we're still trying to find out more information, and I saw it on social media yesterday, so it's real and it's true, is that during the Pride event that there was a police officer who tased somebody. And I know that's all I know. I don't know any more about it. They say there's an investigation going on, and we're going to try to find out more information. But if any of your viewers know what's going on, well, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I did see that posted by the Frederick City Police Department, I think, and they said that once the investigation happens, they'll release any body cam footage that is available. But yeah, that's, I hope, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, no, you and I both. In sports yesterday, the Florida Panthers are finally, after 30 years, lifting up Lord Stanley's Cup.
Yes, there you go.
That's not a punchline. That's not a punchline. They are no longer wallowing in mediocrity.
Yes.
On and off the ice, this team went 25 years before playoff series victories. But not anymore. The Florida Panthers are finally a winner over the Edmonton Oilers. It took them 7 games. Now, they were up 3-0. So this was going to be historic regardless.
Yes.
The Panthers winning for the first time in 30 years, or the Edmonton Oilers coming back after a 3-0 deficit to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, 7 games. I mean, that's it doesn't happen very often at all. But certainly when a team is down 3-0 to come back at least and make that challenge is pretty good on the Oilers' part.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, they won, and finally 4 games in that, and the Orioles have lost 4 games now. They were only about a run behind throughout the game, but they just did not get the clutch hit they needed to get ahead of the Cleveland Guardians on Monday. Ultimately proved to be too elusive. They lost their first game of the series opener 3-2. They just got off a sweep by the Houston Astros. The Orioles have lost a season-high 4 games in a row. My gosh, the wheels are coming off.
Yeah, I know everybody's going to bail on the bandwagon now. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that's right. They are. Congratulations going out to Tennessee. They won their first national championship in baseball with a 6-5 win over Texas A&M on Monday night. Legion ball yesterday, Frederick over Ocean City by a score of 4-2. Kind of cool. Isaiah Admonson hasn't pitched for a while, was actually a catcher for the team, and they used him in a pinch need, and he did really well. 6 2/3 innings en route to delivering that 4-2 win. And Trey Lipscomb from Urbana, who was with the Washington Nationals organization, he was with the big team for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, got sent back down to AAA Rochester on Monday after 2 weeks with the Nationals. He was used in the infield as a utility infielder, went 1 for 11 in 5 games, and primarily playing third base. But he's been kind of up and down with the team as they need him, and, love to seeing him do well.
Yeah. I mean, pretty nice to have that taste. It's probably frustrating for him a little bit, but I'm sure he'll just hang tough and hopefully get called up again soon.
Absolutely. Did you know, this is something that's, I'm not getting political here, but did you know that Maryland taxes baseball players from out of state to play in Maryland?
It doesn't surprise me, actually.
I found that out because I have a friend of mine who works and lives in Florida and got his taxes, and he got Maryland state taxes 2/3 of they overpaid him or whatever, and Maryland took 2/3 of his taxes because he worked for a company in Maryland. And I was talking to Brad Young, and he says, well, baseball players, that's why a lot of them want to live in either Florida or Texas or other states that don't have a state tax, because when they come and play in Maryland, whatever their money is for that day, Maryland taxes that, which is kind of odd, right?
Oh, got to get their piece everywhere they turn around. I also
really do.
Yeah, not to go down this path, but I saw about car registrations. Maryland's is like 10 times more than other places.
I think Maryland could make some money and save some money by just allowing rear end license plates.
Yes.
So they just go in the back of your car. That way people buy those vanity plates for the front of the car, which they have to be made, they have to be sold, and they have to taxed.
Right. There you go. I love it.
Right. I do too.
Solving Maryland's problems. I love it.
Right. Everybody could, then you could sell in your shop Good Morning Frederick license plate.
I love it. I love the way you think.
Sunshine today. It's going to be a beautiful day. Daytime highs in the lower 90s. We're going to get to 90 tomorrow. But as Thursday and Friday and the weekend comes along, you're going to be in the high 80s, which looks beautiful. Oh, we might see a little bit of clouds tomorrow and some rain on Saturday. But other than that, it looks like a glorious weekend in Frederick.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Bob. Looking forward to that. And you have an awesome day.
You too. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
All right. And giveaways. Oh, I got a new giveaway for you today. How about this? Not only can you win 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs again this week, how about Tree Trekkers, a 3-hour adventure ticket? You can text TREE to win that Tree Trekkers 3-hour adventure ticket. That would be very nice. Or text MDL to win the 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. And the deadline for the Tree Trekkers will also be this Friday. I forgot to put that on there. So this Friday for both Tree Trekkers and Maryland Lottery. And Tree Trekkers is going to give us a 3-hour ticket every week. How cool is that? Love it. So text TREE 888-465-2944. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I have all the events, and then I chat with Ryan of what it's been like to be a part of Keeney Basford for more than 20 years. And he is younger than me. Way, way younger. Plus, we'll check out some Scottish country dancing together. That's all coming up just after this.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
Yeah, see, you can save with Tree Trekkers too. Use that code GMF, or you had Promo Circus for Dreamscape Slumber events. All right, let's talk about what's happening in Frederick. There is always something. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar. It is Taco Tuesday. You get 20% off 3 tacos all day long. Taco Bar is located at West Point Plaza, right on Route 40, kind of between 40 and alternate 40. They have steak, chicken, al pastor, carnitas, fish tacos, as well as vegan options. And if you're feeling adventurous, you got to try the beef tongue and small intestine tacos. You can go to tacobar1.com for more information. All right, if you want to know what's happening in Frederick, you got to go to the Everything Frederick calendar. Make sure you're letting everybody know that this calendar exists. I got to look here. All right, here we go. Promocircus.com. Click on Everything Frederick Live, and then you're going to see the calendar there. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this calendar was around. But yes, it is. And I update it very often. You can also email any events to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. Okay, so in order to kind of make heads or tails of this, so you see this is the date that we're on, and there's a ton of things. You click on that agenda tab at the top, and that gives you each day and every little start time, which will allow you to plan for your day a little bit easier. Okay, so today is Tuesday, June 25th. You will see there are a lot of events at our local libraries. I've gone in and put most of them in so far. I still have to work through a little bit more of the calendar. Also today, so you can see here, like toddler time is at Brunswick. That starts at 10:30. Regal's Summer Movie Express starts at 11. Love dollar movies. You can't beat that. And that is at Regal Westview, right on Buckystown Pike. You want to click that link to find out which movies are actually playing. We've got the YMCA Frederick County, right downtown Frederick, Farmers Market today, 3:30 to 6:30. That one's always very good. And that teen studio at the Urbana Regional Library is this afternoon, 4 o'clock. And teens can create a graphic novel, which I love that. I love that. It is 2 for Tuesday karaoke at the Orioles Nest tonight. You know, when you sing karaoke, you always want to do 2 songs. You always do. And there is also a creative writing workshop at the Writer's Block is a community of writers, and they are at 7 North Market Street at the Frederick Arts Council's studio classroom. And that happens the last Tuesday of every month. That's pretty cool too. I love that. Coming up tomorrow, let's see what we got. Again, Regal's Summer Movie Express. So that is Tuesdays and Wednesdays each week, $1 movies at 11 a.m. You can check out the Historic Homes Tour in Emmitsburg. That's pretty cool. That's it's several times throughout the day. You can see it listed here, and the link is there if you want tickets. They also, like I said yesterday, the carnivals are still in full swing. We've got the Harney Fire Company Carnival, which is in Tawnytown, and we have Smithsburg Fire Company Carnival, which is up in Smithsburg, happening this week as well. Tomorrow is also the Board of Ed meetings. I have put all of these meetings onto the calendar, even though it's summertime. If you are wanting to be engaged in what's happening with your Board of Education, you should attend that meeting and check out what's going on there. Thursday, we've got the Home of Everything Frederick is open, and you can drop off your school supplies for Stuff the Bus or your new shoes for donations as well. But there is a link to the items that are needed from the United Way for kids for the school year. WFMD is up the creek on Thursday. They're at Sweetie's Ice Cream Shop from 3 to 6, broadcasting live. And at 7 on Thursday, you can check out Runaways at the Maryland Ensemble Theater. It's their show that is going on Thursday. Friday, we've got comedy night at Sky Stage, just $10 a person. That's from 7:30 to 9:30, and that happens the 4th Friday of every month, May through October. It is all ages, which is awesome. So that is at Sky Stage. If you haven't been to anything there, you can check that out. And See What Sticks performance and open stage. This is part of the Frederick Arts Council after hours on Friday, 8 p.m. That is at 5 East 2nd Street. They basically, they have a performance workshop, an open stage. So you can workshop projects. I think that's kind of cool. This weekend, let's see what is happening. You can go on a walking tour with the National Museum of Civil War Medicine. So if you have people coming in town, maybe you can take them to that. You can also do tubing on the Potomac River this weekend, and that is through River Riders. You can find out information about that. That's kind of fun. That's something I've done before, and I think that's a kind of cool event. Platoon 22 is having a Tree Trekkers event from 4 o'clock at Tree Trekkers. I think you can get discounted tickets there. You can check out the link for more information there. And A Midsummer Night's Dream, Frederick's Shakespeare Festival at Hood College on Saturday evening at 7:30. You can check that out at Hood College, and they've got the details. And it's a pay-what-you-can event, so not a lot of money there. You can donate what you can to them. And then coming up on Sunday, how about Goat Yoga at Milk House Brewery at Still Point Farm? That's kind of fun. You know that, of course. And let's see what else on Sunday. Oh, the summer concert series presented by Ryan Holmes. That is part of Celebrate Frederick's Sunday evenings. And this week is Rays of Violet playing at the Bandshell. And that's a really great event to go take your blanket, sit outside, enjoy the music. Also, reminding you, if you haven't registered yet, your kids may want to do basketball camp with the Flying Cows. That is on the week of July 15th or July 22nd. The registration information is available on the calendar if you look at those weeks. It is at Monocacy Middle School. And I believe it's a pretty full day of fun and coaching with Coach Ed and some of the players from the Flying Cows. And very soon, we're going to be talking more and more about climbing for a cause in August at Tree Trekkers. That is a fundraiser for Relay for Life. It is a great event. And even if you don't want to climb, you can just go to Tree Trekkers. I think it's August 17th. Head to Tree Trekkers. You pay just $5. There are raffles, food trucks, lots of fun. I heard McClintock Distilling is going to be up there. It's going to be a great afternoon. And who knows, I might even be up there as well. So we're going to be talking more to Ashley from Tree Trekkers and Karen from American Cancer Society about that great event, which is now, I believe, maybe in his 4th year, because I helped to bring that event around when I was at my former employer. All right, to see the links and details and get the calendar, you can go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live and Events, or if you text the word calendar to 888-465-2944, you get your own copy. And if you have an event you want included or you want me to talk about, just email it, everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. And speaking of fun things happening, how about Scottish country line dancing? Well, I went to Walkersville Library to see what this group is all about. Let's hear from Helen. Helen Roth, we're at the Walkersville Library, Scottish dancing.
Yes.
How long have you been Scottish dancing?
Approximately 9 years.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
I had no idea this even happened in Frederick. So tell me a little bit about how you got involved.
Well, I actually got involved when I was at FCC, getting my associate's degree, and we had to attend an international night that the college was holding as part of it, and the Scottish dancers were there. And I'd been looking for Scottish dancers for a long time. My mother has danced probably for going on 50 years.
Okay.
And she always wanted to dance when she came to visit, but I'd never found a club. So we actually took her the first time she came over after that, and they said, come dance with us. And we said, okay.
And then it was there, right?
Yes.
So do you guys perform at performances or is it recreational, both? How does
It's
it work?
mainly recreational. It's more about getting out, meeting people, moving a little bit, keeping the brain moving, remembering the sequence
Memorizing
of the moves. It's not very difficult, and we will be called if we need to be.
Yes.
But most of the time we don't. We do carry on and learn the moves, not the dances, just the individual moves.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So here at the Walkersville Library, this isn't typically where you dance.
No,
you are
we
in
dance
Clover Hill. at the
Clover Hill Clubhouse.
And how often does that group meet?
Tuesdays at 7:30.
Okay.
Through the fall, winter, and spring, and then we break for the summer.
Okay. And right now, so it's just kind of, I know they wanted me to come here because you start up again in the fall. With regular classes, is that the
That's
case?
correct.
Okay.
Yes, we'll be starting up again in September.
Awesome, awesome. How do people get in touch with or find out about these programs?
Well, they can either come along. We do have a Facebook page,
Okay.
Frederick Scottish Country Dancers.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have Valerie's phone number, and we have a beginner's class starting I believe it's the beginning of September.
Okay.
Where you can come and dance for 6 weeks for $30. So very, very reasonably
very
priced.
affordable,
But
yeah.
you get to try it out and see if it is for you and it's something that you might enjoy and you like us.
Yeah. Well, they seem like an amazing group. They've had quite a turnout at the Walkersville Library this afternoon. I think everyone's a little surprised maybe. Is this normally how many people?
We haven't done this at the library before, so this is new
Oh,
for
new,
us.
okay.
But yes, we were at Frederick Library, City of Frederick Library, and we had a lot of people come dance with us, so that was fun.
Well, I can't wait to check it out. Scottish dancing is available any age.
Well, we do request that it be over 16, unless they come with their parents.
Right, okay, or grandparents.
Or grandparents, yes.
I see you have your granddaughter with you today, so yes, you have to be with an adult if you're under 16, but any age. I think I heard there's somebody who's 82 who's here today.
Oh, absolutely. You can dance, and I say dance loosely because many of us are actually quite broken and we can't jump around or leap. But the thing about Scottish country dancing is it's very easy movement. So it doesn't put any strain on the joints. And if you can't do the little bit of the set, you can walk.
Right.
So long as you can walk, you can dance.
You got it.
And that's all that's needed.
All right. Well, I'll make sure and put the website or the Facebook page up for you. If you're interested in trying it, come on out. It looks like it's going to be a great time.
Oh, we have so much fun.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Round again for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and back. 2, 3, again. 1, 2, 3. Spin. And coming on. 1, 2.
Ah, yes. Well, how fun does that look? Scottish country dancing for everyone. And for just $30 for 6 weeks, that is a bargain. That starts up again in September. You can find them on Facebook and, join them. That looks like a lot of fun and not terribly complicated. After the break, Ryan from Keeney Basford Funeral Home gives me a history lesson, and that is coming up just after this quick break.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
All right. A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and it is right here in Frederick. Right now, schedule a quote to have your roof checked out and your windows. This is the time when energy leaks can make those electric bills rise crazy. You don't want your air conditioning running more than it has to as it gets hot. And certainly as the bad weather comes later in the fall and the winter, you don't need leaks. So call Sandra right now, 301-703-2157, or you can email her info@ansconstruction.net. Right now is the time while it's nice out to get everything taken care of. Maybe you've noticed some siding pieces coming up. Maybe you've noticed your gutters are hanging off by a thread and water spilling out everywhere. You need to get that fixed. Gutters, patios, decks, windows, roofing, and siding. A&S Construction does it all for you. And right now, you can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Give Sandra a call. Tell her I said hello and let her know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. Thank you so much for that. Okay. All right, let's talk about who is making the market. All right, at just 19 years old and home for college for the winter break, Ryan's parents said he had to get a job. So he went where his dad and grandfather both worked, which was Keeney Basford Funeral Home. And he asked Mr. Basford for a job. Mr. Basford said, "Be here at 8 o'clock the next morning. Make sure you have a black suit, white shirt, and a tie." And Ryan has been there ever since. Let's hear from Ryan at Keeney Basford. I feel like I have to talk quietly, but I am here at Keeney Basford, right on Church Street with Ryan, the general manager. And beautiful, this is a beautiful place, really. It is. So, I mean, I think it's kind of a nice place for respite, of course. But tell me, 20 plus years you've been here.
Associated with Keeney Basford since I was 19.
That must have been interesting as a 19-year-old being here.
I didn't really know my first day when I came in what to expect, and I just kind of really enjoyed, the staff, working with them. I got to work with my dad and also my grandfather, so it's really cool, 3 generations to kind of be working together. So.
Yeah, so they were all a part of this family of, a couple of families, right, that got together and started the business here.
We started as a funeral home in 1848 in Jefferson. We moved here to our current location, 106 Church Street, 1940.
Wow.
Now, the mansion was built in 1852.
Holy
so we're
cow.
actually in the old entertainment room that the Trail family used to use to host lots of parties, dances, all before it became a funeral home. So lots of history.
Can you tell he's a history major? I love it.
Lots of history.
But Frederick is a great place for history. I mean, it's been around so long.
Yes.
I was just saying this the other day. My husband's from Australia, and Australia is a fairly young country. And he freaks out that, we're hundreds of years old. And, I mean, even we're not that old compared to Europe, but certainly here in Frederick especially, a lot of history. You can't even imagine what's happened in these walls. Now, when you started here as a 19-year-old, there was no crazy hazing or anything, was there?
No. Just I had to learn how to use a handheld map. Going to places in Frederick County that I had never been before.
Yeah.
I never really knew where nursing homes were, but kind of stuff you have to learn pretty quickly.
Of course. Now, the funeral home business. I mean, we all die, and many of us need to figure out what to do when that happens. So you are meeting people at a time of kind of chaos, I guess. Is that kind of the thing that you enjoy about this business, is being able to kind of provide peace for people?
Yeah, I like being able to meet with families. A lot of times I get to meet with them before a death occurs, or they may call over the phone and just ask some questions. So when something does happen, there's oftentimes a little bit of a blueprint that I can go off of, or off of a past death that they've had in the family.
Sure.
I really enjoy getting to know the new families of Frederick, but also really sharing those old stories from families that have been here, from the generations, back into the 1800s and before. So.
And there are a lot of
Yes.
families that are still here in Frederick, which is amazing. And you can when you're here for a while, you start to see the names filter through from and you're like, wait, the street and the person, and oh, okay, yeah. And Keeney Basford as well. So was it always Keeney Basford?
No, it actually started as Etchison's, and it
Okay.
was Etchison's from 1848 to, I believe, 1971. And then the Maryland law was the funeral home had to be the name of the principal owners, which it was Smith.
I never knew
Faley.
that was a law.
Yep, and then at some point in the 80s or 90s, that that law since changed. So
That's so interesting.
if it was our wish, we would still be Etchison's, but whenever Smith, Faley, Keeney, and Basford bought the funeral home from the owners, they were the employees.
Yeah.
They had to change the name, and then as those owners retired, their names kind of dropped off, and it now still stays Keeney Basford. So.
Okay, and so are there still Keeney Basfords?
Yes,
who are
Mr.
Still,
Yep, Mr. Basford's still around.
Okay.
He stops in and sees us on
Okay.
occasion, so
Yeah,
I still try to remain as close to him as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was the one who told you had to show up.
Yeah, my first day, show up, wear a black suit, white shirt, and a tie, be here at 8 o'clock, and
Did you own that as a 19-year-old?
no. Like my first 5 paychecks all went to buy some sort of suits, shirts, and then the winter hit, and it was, well, now I need nice gloves and a sweater
nice
vest.
coat.
And, I'm
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
in 30-degree temperatures and
that's great.
warm socks. So.
Yeah. Since it's something we're all going to have to deal with, what is your recommendation for people who aren't currently dealing with a death of a loved one to plan for that for their family?
Just at least have someone close to you kind of know what your wishes are. Do you want to be, buried, cremated, some sort of maybe viewing and then cremation? Just kind of what your wishes are. Do you have music you like? Is there a church you're associated with? Do you want people to speak? Do you want your picture in the newspaper? Just little things that you can give them kind of hints on.
Yeah, having that information comes in handy, especially when something happens, because you're not really clear of thought when all that is coming at you, and you're dealing with a lot of things.
Right.
So, certainly having that written out and understanding that is great.
And in my years here, I've never heard of a family come in and say, I wish mom and dad did not prearrange this.
Yeah.
I've never heard that said.
So the prearranging is a good thing.
Yeah, I've also, I've also heard when people say, how do families do this when they didn't do things in advance? And I said it generally makes things more difficult only because you're trying to honor somebody and you're kind of guessing at what you think they would like, whether as opposed to them saying, this is what I want, and and just going kind of right off what they want.
Right, so note to self.
Yeah.
Kind of have that, a loved one close to you, or write it down somewhere where people can find it, where you store all your important paperwork. Write down what you want, and if you can prearrange. So a lot of people then come before, obviously, and say...
A solid portion. Most of them still are... They still do what I do and procrastinate and say, I'll do it later, and they never do it. Yeah, they never do it.
One day. Okay, well, at least people knowing. At least people know.
At least I've mentioned it.
Yeah, that's right. Is there something people can do, like any sort of, like their insurance or policies, to help pay for what a funeral or the things you need and all of that?
Yeah, we have different ways that we can set that up for families. It just kind of depends on what they have and what they want. And, but we like to kind of give them all the options, and people can pre-fund their funerals, which means once they pass away, everything it's already taken care of.
Yeah. And that's helpful, especially if...
especially with the way banks are now, and making sure that you have access to the money when somebody passes, that it's not through probate, it's not in an insurance policy that doesn't pay out for 3 months.
Right.
That you're up to date on who your beneficiaries are, that they're not deceased. So all of those things cause headaches later on.
Yeah. So are there any good stories of anything that's happened in this building with all the history? Is it haunted?
It is not haunted that I know of. Lots of real cool history stories. Towards the end of the Civil War, General Sherman, he actually came up Church Street here and saluted Colonel Trail, who was the gentleman who built the mansion. But he was only a colonel, and it was an honorary title. He wasn't an actual military colonel.
Yeah.
Just a lot of interesting stories. Those people listening probably, we have a lot of people that have claimed to have painted the building. A lot of people worked in here, over the years. And
well, I guess when a building's been around for as
this
long as this
yes.
one has,
Yes.
And it's so impressive, and so everything in here is pretty
original.
Yep. That's wild.
Yep.
That's really
The
great.
fireplaces are imported marble from Italy.
Wow.
All the rooms have 13-foot ceilings.
I think, they're huge.
Yep.
It's really huge. Well, I can definitely see fun stuff happening in here. And even, look, when that time comes, a lot of times I feel like I'm, a celebration of life.
Yep.
And my mom's husband passed away in January, and kind of envious. He's off in, a greater place with no pain or anything else. So I think the celebration, having it here at Keeney Basford, would be a great option. You can give Ryan a call, make sure his number is up there on the website for more information. But if nothing else, come check out the property.
Definitely.
It's beautiful, and you may be able to get a history lesson.
Definitely. Anytime. We also open up with the candlelight tour, so we do tours of the building. So feel free to do that. I believe it should be the day after Christmas.
Okay. From the city, the candlelight tour.
Yep.
Okay,
we open up as well, so please stop by.
Oh, that's
it's a lot
awesome.
of fun.
Yeah.
I show off all the rooms here. So.
Oh, very good. If
good
there
time.
was one thing you'd want everybody watching to know about Keeney Basford, if they walked away with one thing, what would you say?
I would say it's just the sense of, history that we have here. We treat every family as though it's ours. When I meet with a family, I try to treat everybody as though I'm the person who's deceased, and someone's talking to my wife. That's how I would want them to be.
Yeah.
I would want them to treat her as though I've treated everybody else. So.
Yeah, very nice. When you come here, you're part of the family.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, we want to thank Ryan so much for his time today, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you very much.
All right, want to thank Ryan. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about death and that sort of thing. Ryan makes it very easy, though. I love it, and it is such a beautiful place. It really, really is. Even just to check out, they do kind of an open house, and you should go check it out when you can. All right, coming up tomorrow, I introduce you to John Pierce, the outgoing president of Key City Rotary Club. And I chat with Tammy Brown, who makes crafting easy and fun. And I'll show you the projects Momma Cone and I completed on Sunday. We're on all the socials, so when you have a minute, search, follow, and subscribe, please. Tell somebody today about Good Morning Frederick. And find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It is Tuesday. Get out there and be great, Frederick. I'll see you out there sometime.
From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your whole day